Hello friends, my name is Gaurav and I'm living in India, a simple middle age, middle class male going through struggles of life, career, family life. Meanwhile, I wanted to start this channel to share some of my experiences with you, some of my thoughts with you. Whether you like those thoughts or not, that would depend upon your response to the videos and the channel. The first topic I want to discuss today is who needs God? This is one of the most profound questions that trouble a lot of us. Who needs God? And answer could perhaps be that vast majority of us need God. Except some atheists maybe. So if all of us need God, why aren't we able to find God? Do God also need us? Is it true perhaps that we need God, we want to meet God, experience God, but God doesn't want us? That is why he has so many tough conditions, or she has so many tough conditions, so many tests on the way, so many tough courts in religions. Is it correct? So let us discuss all of that. So see, what I believe or what I have experienced so far in life is that God really doesn't need any of us casually. If we are casual in approach, if we think we are in mood, then we will remember God. If we are in time of trouble, if we are in problem, we will remember God, and God should listen us. It is the duty of God to listen to us because we remember the God. What are we doing? We are treating God like a servant. You remember a servant, you call servant that come, clean this. Servant does that for you. Do we want to treat God like a servant? Do we want servant's job from God? No, we do not want. But that's exactly how we treat God in most of the situations, unfortunately. When we have trouble, we remember the God. And we believe it is the responsibility of God to listen to our problems, to provide a solution to those problems. And if God doesn't listen to them, God doesn't provide a solution to them, then God is not there. Then we are navigated or attracted towards atheism or perhaps some other things in life. Okay? So if we are treating God like that, then definitely God doesn't need us. And then what is the Indian perspective, tantric perspective, or the Indian religious perspective on that? So India has various religious perspective. Indian perspective is not a one perspective. India has a yogic perspective. India has a tantric perspective. India has a bhakti perspective. And there are many more. So the tantric perspective that I'm discussing with you is that, or the yogic perspective, both are similar in that sense that we need to transform ourselves. God is always there. God is an energy that is to be experienced, and we need to transform ourselves to experience the God or the divine beings. As soon as we transform, they will be right in front of us. They perhaps are there right now, everywhere, but we are not able to experience them. So it is the transformation process that is required in us to find the God, meet the God. Okay? We need God. Yes, a lot of us need God. Those who think they do not need God, they are happy with themselves, the video is not aimed at them. The video is aimed at those who feel their life is somehow incomplete. They need that completeness. They are not attracted much to the material world, or they are bored out of it. They do not find anything exciting. They need something. Not because out of excitement that we are trying to see, okay, let's go for this new adventure. Let's see what this God does. Okay, what kind of adventure would that be? If that is your thought process, then again you are likely to failure. Okay? So we need to transform ourselves. And as transformation will deepen, as our transformation will become more and more deeper, then we will have more and more profound experiences of God. In the beginning, very shallow experiences. We will feel some kind of energy. We may feel some kind of divine presence. We may feel some kind of calmness in us, peace in us. We feel a certain lightness of being. All of that will happen in the beginning, provided you put in enough efforts. But as you continue to do that, as you continue to climb up the ladders, you need to climb up the ladders means you need to intensify your practices. Then you are going to have more and more dense, more and more profound experiences of the God, like Jesus had, like Milarepa had. Milarepa was a great Tibetan yogi. Jesus, you can say, although he is not classified as a yogi, but if you read about Jesus, a lot of his accounts, then he did a lot of meditation, he did a lot of fasting. He went through a transformation process. In fact, fasting helps us a lot as well. Fasting clears our mind. Anyways, on fasting we'll do a separate video. The point is, the way Jesus progressed, the way Milarepa progressed, the way Buddha progressed, all of us are sons or daughters of God. We just need to transform ourselves in order to experience that. Jesus was not the only one. He was definitely a divine one, and he can guide us. But for that we do not have to be a Christian. I'm as inspired by Jesus as I'm inspired by great Indian yogis or Tibetan yogis or other great seekers. So Milarepa, Buddha, Indian yogis like Ramakrishna, Vivekananda. So I'm not asking any of you to change your religion or to start following a certain new stream of thought. You can continue wherever you are. I'm just talking about how you can pursue. Okay? In fact, how we can pursue is itself a very long topic, a very profound topic that can be discussed over several videos. So even for that, I have to opt for another video. In this, let us continue the discussion. So the question is, how do we transform ourselves? So as I told you, for that there is another video. Right now I'll talk about the common mistakes we make while we start a spiritual quest or a spiritual journey. We want to see God or experience God as an achievement, as if God is some kind of project, milestone, that okay, I experienced this. Hey, did you experience God? Yeah, I did experience God. Okay, I did bungee jumping last year. This was also on my bucket list. So God is not your bucket list. It's not something on your bucket list to be ticked off. That also something that we need to be very clear about. Okay. Or another reason why people sometimes want to see God is that because they want to see miracles. That can be part of your journey. That can be a milestone in your journey. But miracles are not your end. Miracles are not even your mean. They will perhaps tell you about the divine presence. That's all. That's all their role. Then perhaps we want to test the God. We want to test the ancestor. We want to test the stories, whether they were true or not, whether they were correct or not. Perhaps that is the motivation. Okay. Or perhaps the motivation is that we want to experience whether he or she is there or not. Okay. God can be he or she or simply a non-human being, it. So it all depends upon how you pursue the God. In Hinduism, we have male god, female god, animal gods. It doesn't really matter. Tree god, sun god, planet god. All of these are divine energies. And you can connect to them. I'm not trying to, let us say, influence you with Hinduism here. So let us get back to the topic. The point is, why we need God is we are searching for divine. The search for divine should not be inspired because we want to see miracles, because we want to perform miracles, because we want to become like Jesus, because we want to become like those divine beings we have heard about. If that is the purpose, perhaps you will not be able to succeed much. Okay. Because ultimately, if you feel yourself as a very strong being, yourself as a divine being, then it would be very difficult for you to surrender yourself to God. Surrender is also a condition, which is very difficult. Okay, to give up on your ego. But again, that itself is a very profound topic. This is just a small introductory video where I'm discussing the basic question, why we need God. Who needs God? Okay. So it is a quest for those who feel somehow the world is not enough. Somehow the material life doesn't give them much excitement anymore. It gives them an idea that there must be something beyond this. There is something to it, and I need to connect to that. If that is your quest, perhaps the initial thought in your mind is correct. But then you need to be disciplined, and you need to be patient, and you need to be continuous with your approach. The idea, a small anecdote if I take from Tantra, then Tantra defines it like that we are like a drop of water. A drop of water is same as the water in the ocean. So we are same as the energy that God is. But that is a vast ocean. We are a very small drop. And this drop has a tendency, has a wish to be part of that great ocean, to feel that grandness. Because once you are one with ocean, you are the ocean. There is no drop after that. And that is the surrender I was talking about. Once you become part of ocean, you stop being a drop. Are you ready for that surrender? If you are, then spiritual quest is for you. So, you and God are same in a way that both are composed of same. That is what various Tantra anecdotes tell us. Now there is a debate also whether this is true or not, or according to yogis there is a different opinion on that. Okay, some believe in Advaita. Advaita means non-duality. There is only one. Some believe in Dvaitvad, means there is duality. There is two. God is of different matter or different energy. We are different energy. We can't unite. But right now I'm not going into that. The Tantra system in India believes, in fact there are a lot of variations within Tantra also. So I'm not talking about whole of Tantra, but a profound thought in Tantra is that we are like a drop of water who wants to be one with the ocean, and that is the quest, that is the incompleteness we feel in ourselves. And if you feel that incompleteness, then yes, spiritual quest is for you. Then can we experience ocean? Yes, we can experience ocean, and for that there are various ways. There are various approaches. Yoga has one of the system. Tantra has one of the system. Unfortunately, in West, yoga is believed to be some type of a wellness exercise. Tantra is believed to be some type of a erotic or exotic practice about sex. No, they are much beyond that. This is just one aspect of it, very, very small aspect of it. But if you limit the entire approach to that, then you won't be able to take its advantage. Similarly, there is bhakti, which is devotion, which is another approach. So like that, there are various approaches to the God. How you can go. Each one will have a different path. So we'll follow this path. Join me on this channel, and we will continue to have discussions like this. I hope you like this discussion, and thank you.